Joining us from New York to talk to us is John Whitehead. He's the author of Battlefield America, The War on the American People.
Under President Bush, George W. Bush, military equipment was, they began handing out equipment under different programs with the Pentagon. That surged under President Obama, where now they're having MRAPs, which are mine-resistant armor protection vehicles used over in Afghanistan to go over minefields, sniper rifles, the vest, everything you see policemen have today, with all the surveillance devices, and these are all being handed out by the Department of Homeland Security. What was the amazing thing that when I did my research is that we were told that was all used equipment. Come to find out, almost 60% of it was brand new. So corporate America is pushing a lot of the programs and these things, but also psychologists are saying right now that there's what they call the weapons effect. And that is, when a police officer walks up or there's a protest and they've got the guns and stuff like that, the weapons effect, it means the citizens are reacting to that. They're seeing that. That makes the citizen actually more aggressive. If you saw in Ferguson, by the way, near the end of those protests, there were some really solid law enforcement officers that got out there, actually shook hands, moved with the people, talked to them, and they simmered down the protest. In fact, in the police academies, I've been told by officers who actually teach in the police academies, it's 7-to-1 on militarization, aggression, and 1 on how to diffuse a situation. If you reverse that, which I'm told by police officers who work in the academies, they think a lot of what we would see today, the people reacting to police officers. In fact, I'm here in New York City. Yesterday I saw policemen driving by, shaking hands with citizens, letting people take pictures with the horses here in New York City. Good idea, because we have to realize this. The policeman out there on duty is one of us. I don't like that term civilian, by the way. I hear people say today that he's an officer and I'm a civilian. No, sir. We're both citizens. I'm not a civilian at all. Sorry, folks. I'm a citizen in America, and so is that police officer. The problem is, and you know, George Washington, James Madison, all the founding fathers who put our Constitution and our Bill of Rights together warned, they said, don't ever have a standing army. We experienced that. Today we're creating a standing army with local police who are armed to the hill, and by the way, I don't see many local police, by the way. They work heavily with the FBI, the federal agencies, the Department of Justice. In fact, the FBI has moved into some local police agencies now, recently Oakland with 10 FBI agents, and they're watching all social media and feeding it to the police, and the police are watching you. Should they be doing that in that kind of situation, again, in violation of the Fourth Amendment? We don't want a police state. I don't want it anyway. Some of the viewers out there may want it, but I don't want that. And that's what our Constitution guarantees. So, yes, I'm concerned about that, and I don't think it's going to be pushed back because, again, there's too much money being made by large corporate entities who are pushing this and working through a lot of the police unions. So you're going to see this increase. However, your local communities can change that. You can get on your city council, and I'm advocating this, people creating civil liberties oversight boards where citizens work with the local police, diffuse these situations. Listen, do we really need 80,000 SWAT team raids occurring across America annually where police are crashing through doors and people are getting shot, little kids, dogs, old people? What we need in this country is we need to bring our people together. We need to bring our communities together. We're not doing that. And as I look at our communities today, traveling, by the way, walking through local communities, everybody's inside. No one knows who their next door neighbor is. We've lost our communities in this country. And when you get that, you're going to get schisms. You're going to get hate. And when I hear hate rolling from politicians' mouth, I recoil. I don't like that. No. I think that if this country is going to make it, we're going to have to get back to our roots. One is we're going to get back to a sense of, and I say this in my book, we don't teach the golden rule anymore. We don't teach that we should treat others decently. In fact, I have, and like we'd want to be treated. I've had police officers come up to me, and these are older policemen, saying, I don't like the way younger police officers walk up to American citizens these days. And I don't like it either, but I don't like the reverse reaction, where people just automatically hate anybody in a uniform. We don't want that. But that can be diffused by, again, our so-called politicians. It can be worked through in our schools. And again, getting back into community relations, we need to get involved in our government. I mean, how does the Constitution start? I mean, I'm going to ask your viewers out there, What's the first three words of the Constitution? We the people. What does that mean? We the people are the government. President Obama's not the government. He represents us. The policeman's not the government. He represents us. We the people. So when you go back and say, what is the cause of all of our problems? It's we the people are not involved. And I'm telling people, get down the street. Start bringing back community get-togethers in your community. Get to know your local policeman. Mm-hmm. And make sure that when things are happening in your community, you know about it and you're not oblivious. You shouldn't be shocked by some of the things you're hearing. You should know what's going on in your community. So folks, get involved. And I think we can see a lot of this stuff that we're seeing tamped down. But if we don't, the government and the police, government agents, Department of Homeland Security agents infiltrating cities, FBI, we can correct that, but we're going to have to do it ourselves.